Hi, I'm going to break down the Superkid choreography draft that we have so far into sections to go along with the words and like figure out the motions and things. I don't know what I'm doing, so if this sucks, then you don't have to watch it. Or if there's something that like we need to change, then we'll change it, I assume. I'm gonna do these in like short segments, so hopefully I can combine them in a way that then makes sense. I'm also gonna try to talk loud enough that you can hear me from all the way back there, because in order to see me, I have to be back there. So I'm gonna break it down. This is mirrored, I guess. I keep getting confused with it, but I'm pretty sure that this is mirrored so that you can follow along. I will be saying like what hands I'm using or feet, right or left, so hopefully that'll make sense. If it doesn't, definitely reach out to us and we can hold like one-on-one sessions to like practice and go over things. I know I at least am down to do that for this semester at least. Yeah. So I'm going to start with the beginning. So this starts, the choreography that we have so far starts at Kickin with Superman in the song, which is very early into the song. We don't have the counts before it because we're going to wait until we know the end of the last song to transition into what we have so far. So if we go from Kickin with Superman, so I'm going to sing it or speak it, so hopefully it's not too cringy. But this is what it will look like. So we went from small towns to Kickin with Superman and mansions off of Sunset. So let me slow it down. So we went from small towns to Kickin with Superman and mansions off of Sunset. So basically, I wish I could see myself, but I can't see myself from this far. So basically, you're stepping out with your left foot on Kickin, and it's like you're doing the toss where you pop it up into the air from your back, but instead of letting go, we're just gonna keep holding on to it. So this is behind your back in your right arm. So your right hand is on the silk, facing up, like this, and it's gonna come around, up, and tuck into your elbow. So let me show that from the front. So it's back here, we're stepping, it's gonna come around, up. So I'm like still got it up in my hand, I haven't moved my hand at all, and then it twists, twisting my wrist to tuck it into my elbow. So then you should end with it like this. I was trying to do it backwards, yeah. So backward, you can go back and forth with it. So from here to getting to here, to tuck it. So it's just a wrist motion. Up here, you can practice spinning it around. I let my fingers kind of go a little bit so that it spins. But you just want it to, tuck in here, and it'll be back to parallel with the ground. So then, after you step, you're kind of popping yourself up because you're Superman, so your right foot then goes up as you're kind of hitting that. So we went from small towns to Kickin with Superman. From here, we push down with our left hand on the silk to get it to spin and come back around. And you're just gonna bring it back down to the ground. So it's tucked, and we're gonna push down to get it to spin up and let it finish all the way through. So my hand is over top of the pole. I can kind of stick my finger out to like push down on it. So we went from, Kickin with Superman and mansions. And then for Sunset, we're trying to get, the sunset sort of vibe. So we're just bringing it back over, like a full arm, and then your left arm can grab onto the pole. So as it's down here and you're still like pointing, you just bringing it back over to make a sunset. So now your right side. So it was tucked, and we pushed down and around to point to the left, and then it comes up. You can grab onto the pole for sunset, because from here is where it's going to go into a cone. So you'll want your right hand to be over top, and your left hand should be underneath now by this point, because it was tucked, you pushed it, and it came over, and then you just let your hand follow it down. So we just went Kickin with Superman and mansions off of sunsets. The next part is How Are You Not Happy? Come Down. I hope that's right. This is what I'm hearing in my head at least. So we landed in like our right slam, so this is off to your right. Your right hand is underneath and your left hand is over top. So that way when you hold your pole up, you're kind of holding it like you normally would, where your right hand's going this way, left hand's going this way, like you grab something. Because we're gonna come up and do a cone, and then go down and do the next cone. So this is almost like you're making like a figure eight or like an hourglass. I picture an hourglass in a way that I'm like wrapping around the top of it and then wrapping around the bottom. So you're going out with your right hand to the left, and then as you make your way like midpoint, you're gonna make like a diagonal to the other side to do your bottom. So up, diagonal, and then you round the bottom one. So you should be able to do both up, up, down, down, all of those sorts of things. So when we do top, bottom, we're gonna do it like we do in our little warm-up practice that we've done, where it's just a little pop of the hand, and you're catching it. So this is for come down. So it's got that visual effect of like the flag sort of coming down. So I try to get a little bit of air on this at least. So when you do your bottom cone, you can pop it up and then catch it. My hands don't really move anywhere. After I pop it, you're just gonna force up with your right hand, down with your left hand. And then when you catch it, so pop it up, you just wanna grab it after it's done one little, not a full rotation, but it's rotated halfway. Like all you did was you moved it here, but you let go of it here. But it just went whoo, and you said whoo, so that you could switch your hands basically. So then you should have your right hand overhand where the silk is facing down, and you can grab over top again. So pop. I put my hand at my side, that's what I was taught. Some people do it on their hip, but pop it up, grab it, bring it back down, and then you can put your hand back on it again. So we're at the right slam again. So we did like the same thing where we moved sunsets, and then we went up, down, up, down. So like with the words, that's how were you not happy, come down. So it kind of lines up on the come down, So you release at come, and you catch at down and bring it down. The how are you not happy, I'm sure it lines with the counts and my head isn't thinking of it, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, come down. How were you not happy, come down. So kind of splitting it into two sections. How were you not happy? How were you not happy? Anyways. And then we're going to spin around. I'm going to the left. I know we all did it differently in the video, but I'm going to my left and just walking in a full circle, and then we pause here. So, how were you not happy? Come down. You're missing something, something, something. So we ended in our right slam down with our bottom hand facing up and our left hand facing down, so that we can do a spin. I go to my left, just a full spin. I guess in order to like stay in time with people, if it's like there's not exactly a count to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, but just watching the people around you and trying to align with them to make sure you guys are ending at the same point. And then from here we do a butterfly. So that's where we're just gonna bring it up and then grab with both hands. Now you can't see because grab with both hands, and you're gonna turn to your side and drop it behind you. From here, your hands don't move at all, because then you're gonna bring it up and you're bringing it in front of you to make a circle in front of yourself, and then to the side, and you're gonna do the same thing over here, where now you're just bringing it back and up and around. That was probably really confusing. I know the butterfly is kind of weird, but just feel the groove, honestly. So when you come up, just get both of your hands to grab, follow the flag down. I bend my knees with this because it helps me understand going down, up, down, up, down, up. And then you're looking for the certain look, like you'll know if the flag's like not moving that way. But yeah, so come, grab 2 hands, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. My body moves when I do this, like I turn this way to go on this side, then I come to the front where we do the circle on this side, to this side, and then back to the front. So just feel that. So the words for that, so you're missing your love back on the earth. Is it worth, I think at that point, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And there's kind of a little pause that we come back up. Because from here we go into that first like real kind of toss, the bigger one that we were trying to teach. So we're gonna end here in our normal position, just right hand this way, left hand this way. And that happens because we were doing the same thing already. It comes back, or wait. Now I don't even remember. How does the butterfly end? Yeah, just come up. Slide your hand down the pole. So boom, up. Butterfly. Slide it down. From here it gets a little bit more complex just because the toss is a little bit like difficult, and then you got to catch it, and then we go into like our next move. I'm gonna try my best to explain it. I don't know if it's gonna make any sense, but so the catch is almost like our drop spin where we were just dropping it. If you could see my hand when I do it, drop, drop. But instead of dropping and grabbing here, we wait a little bit more and we're gonna flip our hand and go underneath. So I guess I'll show it this way so that you can kind of see. So we drop it once, and typically we would grab it here, but we're gonna wait. We're not gonna put our hand there yet and get it flat to flatten our hand. So now we're all flat. So we dropped it once, boom, into your left hand, pick it up, flip your hand over, and let it fall like you're holding a plate. From here, you're gonna continue this like motion that it's still doing. It wants to keep spinning. So the flag is still spinning. You're gonna keep letting it spin down. And from there, that's where you're gonna flip it up. So your hand was underneath. And then once it reaches to where it's going over top is when you're gonna throw it. Just throw it, like see where it goes, see what happens. That's how you can learn how much force you need to throw it with, or when you're letting it off at the wrong time. That's kind of the only 2 factors that can be in it, and then catching it, of course. So if we end it here, we're gonna drop and then catch it. Okay, so you do catch it overhand. So after it's not really spinning too much. You only need it to pop to do to come back around. So the silk will face this way, and then the silk faces this way. And that's when you want to catch it. So you're catching it after it made that rotation, and here it is. And you're gonna bring it down. From here, we're then making a sort of smile. So that was hide your face. So it was starting on hide your face. So hide your face, smile at the people, even if it's fake. So let me show you what it's going to look like. So hide your face, smile at people, even if it's fake. Hide your face, smile at the people. So keeping the same grip, bring it up to bring it down and around. When you get here, the flag naturally wants to kind of move itself this way because of gravity. So it comes down and you bring it around to the ground. So a full spin. So hide your face, smile at the people, even if it's fake. So that was more of like a finger movement more than like wrist or anything. So we're going, it's kind of like you're holding like a pencil. Smile, you come up, and you're just gonna bring your arm around to finish the circle. So you could keep doing it. Smile at the people, smile at the people, smile at the people. And then when you get here, this is where it's sort of just like your fingers doing the work, even if it's fake. But we want it tucked in our right armpit to make like an infinity sign or an X if you want to think about it that way. So it comes up, down, down. I put my body into this, up, down, bend your knees, up, and down. So you're making a diagonal, down, diagonal, down. So that was, how did that end? Oh my gosh. Smile at the people, even if it's fake. Smile. Okay, I'm forgetting all the words now. So it was hide your face, smile at the people, even if it's fake, because they can't know your kryptonite. That's where I do my grip switch. So we were like, it was tucked under. They can't know your kryptonite. So we've kind of already done something like this before, of just bringing it like back over the sunsets. So then you end with your grip like this. So I'm stepping. So hide your face, smile at people, even if it's fake. I kind of step there to give myself room, and then now my feet are wide so that I can go into the they can't know your kryptonite. And that's where I do the switch. So if it was tucked under they can't know your kryptonite. So then you end in your normal slam. So this is also a spot similar to what we were doing at the beginning, where you can go up here and like flip it in some way. We're doing a similar thing, but over top of our head and then down, coming from the other side versus going up here and down. But it's a similar type thing. So there's a little bit of a pause here, so they can't know your kryptonite. And then it's kind of like a beat before fly, so like boom, fly around the city. So you're gonna turn your body to the left and have your pole on your shoulder back here. So it looks like this from this side. So you've got it here. When I'm here, my right foot is out, so that when I come forward, I can kind of like pivot. I know you can't see my feet that well. But here, that sort of. So what you're doing is you're just moving your wrist around like that first one. So it's gonna come over, and then here, you're turning it, and then you're gonna bring your arm down to tuck it behind your back again. So instead of like turning it on your palm, you just keep a hold of it. Okay, so our next part is you can't save them, which is actually just our switch ups that we learned and we do in our warm up as well. So you should have ended with your whole vertical here. So it started parallel with the ground here, comes around still parallel there. So the flag really never like turns, it just stays flat. Again, you can do this back and forth here. From your shoulder down to your right hip, left shoulder to right hip. And then here, there's a little bit of a pause because we want to go on you can't save them. That's the motion. You can't save them. So you can't save them. So from back here, we're going into the switch up, going to the left, right, and then down to the left, to the right. So you can't save them. If you want to hit on each of those, you can't save them. So left, right, left, right. Alright, the next parts aren't as difficult either because they are one move that we've been working on, which was, I think it's called several circles? Something with circles. I don't know if it was 7 circles or several. I don't think we're making 7 circles though, but it's several circles. So basically once you go to the you can't save them, your grip is most likely like this hand is up and this hand's down, how we normally are, just the way we hold the pole. You're gonna want to flip it and make your right hand now over, because in order to do the next move, you have to have this hand be over. So this goes into several circles, or 7, I don't know, where your hands are now like this. So we flipped, we went like that really fast. So it was you can't save them. Oh, 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 oh. So these are the O's, and it lines up that we do several circles on both of the O parts. So that's what that looked like. So I don't know how to teach several circles because honestly it was very difficult for me to even learn. But once you get the hang of it, you get the hang of it. So when your hands are like this, you're gonna go behind yourself to the right. You're gonna bring your flag to the right. So you're like you're rowing a boat. You can keep doing that. That's the first circle. Then when you bring it across yourself, so one circle, you're gonna leave this hand up here, so it's kind of like facing straight down. Leave your left hand up here and just bring your right in front of you. That's probably the most awkward circle. So you're gonna go back, it's straight down, bring it up around to make a full circle. That's our second circle. Now, this left hand, it was staying here and we just went around, staying here, we went around in front of ourselves. You're gonna bring that hand behind your head and complete another circle. So the flag does the same circle, but instead of your left hand being here, your left hand is behind your head. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And once we make that circle, we're gonna go turn to the left 7, 8. Again, my hands didn't switch at all the whole time. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that last circle is just coming around, and because your hand's back here, you're gonna keep it kind of behind yourself in order to go around and bring the flag down and tuck it in your armpit. Sorry, I'm not teaching that one very well at all, because it's confusing for me. The only hand that is kind of moving is like this left hand, sort of like letting it whip itself around. You should be able to do it like with one hand, really, like. So like, forget that the left hand's even in there. The left hand is just guiding the pole, and so your hand has something to do and give it more stability. So if you're coming, it's kind of just like letting it move around, just a light touch, just to guide it, whatever you want to do with it, all of that. So those are all the O's, so you can't save them. Oh, 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 oh. So that one's kind of fun, goes along with the words as well. So once you end with your flag tucked, if I can make it there, boom, tucked, you're just gonna untuck it, bring it out to your left. You can see too, I'm facing this way again. So it's a part of the circles is to let, your hips kind of move, and then your body will move. And my feet are like this. So you can bring it out, turn and face, bring it back across to your right, and then we're just doing a little circle to get it to go out. So, so you can like kind of cut that there if that makes more sense to you, because in the next part is we're going to go out, and this is also why that foot was kind of out, because we need to be open, so we can out and kind of start to push forward, but then we're going to bring it around in front and out again. So these were like why it's good to like practice sort of your I forget what one this was called, like rowing. We did this from the front, like this, because it's the same thing, but from the side. But you could do it like that. So if we did our circles, and we tucked, and we go oh. This is where the switch is happening in order to complete your circle out. And I'm just meaning you can't save them all. From here, I'm kind of speeding through this part because it was very fuzzy at the very end as well, but this is the best that I know of it. So before we did our full all the way, we went around one more time, push forward, you can't save them all. You can't save them all. Here, it looked like what we did was like a palm switch in a way. So you're not like fully like tossing it in the air to like flip your hand. Like you need to be here so that we can get back to doing our circles again. But if you're like this, you can kind of flip it in your hand without letting go. So just, I don't know if I can show that. My thumb wants to come onto the other side. So if you're holding like this, your thumb wants to come here so that you can then get it in your palm. So it's resting on that thumb and then coming around is what it's doing. So it's coming over and you're kind of grabbing it. You gotta let go a little bit for that second that it makes this and then grab it. That way our grip is like this again and we can do our several circles. And I think that's where we ended. So that was just another set of O's after you can't save them all. So I'm gonna try and do that with like the words. So if we start at fly around the city, make them think you're fine, but you can't save them Oh, you can't save them all. And then we flip. That's the part that wasn't really lining up in my head, but when we did it to the music, it worked fine, so I think I'm just singing it wrong to get the leaning part, but it's a cool effect. So put your body into it, let your hips move, but that is my tutorial this far. Hopefully it starts to make more sense of what we did and break it down into chunks to practice each chunk. If one chunk isn't working, then we will work on that chunk together. Actually, I'll do a full run through, and I'll kind of like sing it to map it. I'll do it normal pace and then I'll slow it down a little bit. Yeah. So, we went from small towns to Kickin with Superman and memories of the sunset. How were you not happy? Come back, you miss me. The earth is your world. So, please smile at people even if it's fake. 'Cause they can't know you're pretending. Fire and see, you can think you're fine, but you can't save them. And then I'm going to do it slower. So, we went from small towns to Kickin with Superman and mansions on the sunset. How were you not happy? You're missing the earth. Is it worth? Is it worth? So hide your face. Smile at the people, even if it's fake. Still can't know your kryptonite. Walk around the city, you can think you're fine, but you can't save them. Whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, you can't save them. Whoa, something like that. I don't know if there's markings that would help, or if I should have been adding it together the whole thing the whole time. So sorry if I should have been adding it piece by piece and working through the whole thing. That probably would have made more sense. As we added on, we could start from the top. That's my mistake. But I think you could do it by like fast forward, like rewinding and all of that sort of thing. Let me do it with some words today. So, we went from small towns to Kickin up Superman mansions off the sunset. Come down. You're missing your butterflies at work. Is it worth it? And we're gonna smile. Hide your face. Bring it down, smile at the people, even if it's fake. 'Cause they cross kryptonite. Do 'em fly around the city, make 'em think you're fine, but you can't switch up. Flip, push out, palm switch. I don't think that was helpful at all. Thank you for watching if you watched it. If this was not helpful, don't tell me.